All right, y'all. Let me know if you hear me now before I start. It's bad out here, man. Trying to get this stuff together. Let me know if y'all hear me. I know it may be a little echo, but look, I'm trying. I gotta have somebody come over here and test out everything for me. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. You hear me? All right. So shout out. I got some podcast equipment. I call it my Anton Daniels special. A shout out to my team for making sure I had this. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta like after I'm done with this, I'm probably not gonna stay on for too long, so I can make sure that the next ones because I really want to use my equipment. Like I have everything, and I don't use my equipment, so it's like I want to use my equipment. So yeah. All right. So um I have been very, very busy, as you can see. Let me make sure I see now. All right. I've been very, very busy and it's, I'm gonna get busier. So I'm trying to get my schedule together so I can do uh my series, which is the Chicago machine. And I think it's very crucial to have, um, and very crucial to have, and something that needs to be. It just we just need to talk about it. So this isn't about Democrats. This isn't about Republicans. This is about power. For decades, Chicago has been run by something they call the machine. Not just a mayor, not just an alderman, a system. A system that survives scandals, survives indictments, survives federal investigations because it's run on money, it's run on contracts, it's run on loyalty. Meanwhile, your property taxes are going up, your infrastructure crumbles, your neighborhood waits, and somehow there's always money for the insiders. Every other Sunday, I'm going to break it down the budgets, the TIFs, the backroom deals, the political protection. We're not going to do no spinning, no party excuses. We just going to talk about accountability until the feds come. This is the Chicago machine, and we're about to get into it. So, briefly, I'm not going to get into a whole introduction of who I am because majority of you guys know who I am. However, um, I started watching them launder our money for now going on 3 years, and no checks and balances, no oversight, nothing. Just stealing money and then uh, blaming uh, the other political party who doesn't have basically not doing nothing here. They didn't have the Democratic machine here uh, had no opposition. So the opposition came in when Chicago First Red came in. So the Republican Party here, I don't know what happened. I don't know what was the turn. I sort of know what was the turn maybe when it came to the governor because the Republicans had the governor seat for a while, and then one of the governors was Republican governors when he was Secretary of State. He was taking, I mean, he was selling CDL license. So yeah, that's when the downfall of the Republican governors happened, and then Rob Blagojevich got in. So that's briefly about that. So while I was watching this current administration, because I'm going to break down a lot of administrations, but a lot of people always say to me, why do you always go in on Brandon Johnson? You know, Brandon Johnson just got here. You know, I used to hear that all the time. And it's not a personal issue why I am attacking his administration. It just happens to be he happened to be the mayor when I decided to get involved. If my mother's uh if my mother would have probably uh, came to me a little bit earlier in 2017 when she was fighting the case, I probably wouldn't have been as vocal, but I probably would have been able to talk to some people downtown and probably would have got it resolved because at that time Rahm Emanuel was in office, and I would have done the same thing that I'm doing now. It just happens that my mother had an attorney at the time, and the attorney ended up selling her case out later on. And then in 2023, my mother ended up going into the hospital. And then that's when I was like, nah, F this, and got involved. And I got involved and I started looking at the issue and what the problem was. And the problem was like, oh, they're stealing. They're stealing everything. They're stealing property tax money. They're stealing transportation money. They're stealing the TIF money. They're stealing gang prevention money. They're stealing youth job money. They're stealing COVID-19 money. They're stealing epidemiology money. They're just stealing, no oversight, not speaking about, not talking about it. The inspector generals that they're hiring at the time or that are getting appointed, the city inspector generals, they're basically um, letting you know that these people are committing crimes. Being Michelle Conyers Irvin, that's why I don't understand if anybody in a right mind will put her, would even give her a vote for Danny Davis' seat to even go on to primary is crazy because she shouldn't even be the treasurer of the city of Chicago. So prime example. But I'm just watching them um, just steal, it's crazy because a lot of people that I run into will say that they've been doing this, they've been stealing. Like, okay, but y'all have let them steal so much that our communities look like something from a third world country, and you cannot blame this on white supremacy. Our communities look the way they look because of the failed leadership and the constant failed leadership that we continue to put back in office because of their skin color, or because they're a Democrat, or because they look good, or they every time it's a holiday or something, they do something for the community. I mean, they should. All the money that they're stealing, they don't do anything else outside of that. When you go to them and you have a serious issue in your community, you're not going to get any help from them because they cannot help you because they all have something on everybody: the white ones, the black one, the Hispanic one, the Asian one, the Jew one. They all, but they all have one thing in common, and that is they are, it's a democratic it's a democratic machine. It's Democrat. So no matter how much they try to go against each other, how much they say that, how much they say they're going to fight for this, fight for that, they're never going to fight for anything because no one doesn't hold them accountable and they don't have any opposition. So the opposition has to be the Republicans, the conservatives. If you don't like the word Republican, cool. We're going to say conservative. So the conservative independent, the conservative who actually understands the America First agenda, the conservative understands family freedom, okay, understand free market, understand the US Constitution, understand that what's happening um in our public school system is abuse. It's child abuse. And it's to the point that if any parent speaks up about the child abuse that's happening in the public education sector, they they could get in trouble and even get DCFS in uh in their what's to say in their life, and now they start because it's a tit for tat thing. It's no one holds anybody accountable. You've got the unions who are straight, but the union leaders now, I'm not saying all of them, I'm not saying everybody that's in a union as well, because I understand that there are great union people and people that really do believe in the union, but right, the union is compromised. The unions in Chicago is compromised. The union in these democratic cities is compromised because y'all let the teachers union take over politics. You know what I'm saying? They don't eat, they barely can teach. It's only like they didn't said F education, F the curriculum, we're going to go straight to politics, and we're going to pay, and we're going to just strike, and we're going to we don't and if they say no to a contract, even though we can't read, even though the kids can't read, even though the kids don't know arithmetic, kids don't know how to even state a clear sentence, it doesn't matter. We need we need a bigger paycheck. For what? What do you need? What do you need a bigger paycheck for? This the Chicago public school system is one of the most corrupt systems that is still in place. And it gets worse and worse every year because the mayors who appoint the people for the board of education, the CEO of the board of education, they're always terrible. They only put them in there for them to follow the mayor's agenda. So, for instance, you've got, let's see if I can find her right. Let's see if I can get her real quick. I know Mary Richardson Lowry. She tired of me, man. Let's see. Hope you guys can hear me. You guys am I like Mary Richardson Lowry, right? So right now, Mary Richardson Lowry is corporate counsel. Now I've done a few videos on Mary Richardson Lowry, but after Michael Scott Sr., Monique Scott's father, who was in Michael Scott Jr., the guy, Michael Scott Jr., he's a commissioner. He's the one who paid some boy to go and snatch off all the Andre Smith's um, posters and stuff. That was a big thing. They don't try to show that, but that's how bad they be cheating. But anyway, after he was found shot twice in the head, uh, he committed suicide, but he was found shot twice in the head. You know how the city is. they Mayor Daley put her in office, put her as the head of the board of education. Now, at this time, she had already I call her like a little serial killer because she had all it was already she was the head of the buildings department, and there was a skyscraper incident that happened, uh and it ended up killing I think three people, and immediately like the week after she resigned and went to a private firm. That's what they do. They play ring around the corruption Rosie, get them out the way, right? So by the time lawsuit and all that stuff happens, her she's not in it, but she's in it. So now they brought her back. Okay, so they brought her back with because the machine still goes because Brandon Johnson, Brandon Johnson is not the person uh, that's running anything. As you can see, he can't even talk about the real issues that's going on. Uh, he's I don't know what's going on with him. He has a issue. But anyway, when he became the mayor, they told whoever is his handler told him to to go and get Mary Richardson Lowry and make her corporate counsel. She's terrible. She's terrible as a corporate counsel. She was terrible as a buildings department commissioner. She was terrible as the board of education. She's she just all she used. This is her problem. She was always a, a pretty looking woman, right? She's always attractive, and she used her pretty privilege to get where she's at. She is, when I say an absolute disaster. She's one of the worst lawyers on earth. A lot of these lawyers are terrible. Daley Jr. was a terrible lawyer. I don't even understand how these people got their law degree, and I really just think that they paid somebody to take the bar because there's no way possible that this city is full of incompetent attorneys. Every attorney that worked for the city of Chicago that we pay their salary, absolutely terrible. Okay. They know nothing. They don't know law. They don't know statutes. They don't know anything. All they know how to do is if it's a police officer incident, pay out. If it's anything against the city, fight like hell. If it's anything with CPS, molestation cases, all that type of stuff, keep that on a low, low, low. We're just going to keep attacking law enforcement, keep attacking law enforcement. Right now, they all are trying to fight uh, law enforcement. Every one of them. Every one of them. And the reason why they're trying to fight law enforcement is because they know it's over. It's over. These people have stolen so much money. They have ruined so many people's livelihoods. They have shut down so many small businesses. They have look how they destroyed the landmarks on the south side and the west side for their greed. For their greed. And they're trying to do it on the north side. They did it in Pilsen. It was a Catholic church that was in Pilsen. And there was a lady who was trying to get it landmarked and she was fighting for it. But no, uh, they going to use it for like affordable housing or something. Like it's ridiculous what they do, and they're going to continue to do it if we do not get in the positions to get these people out of office. That's just what it is. It's nothing else to really discuss. But once I realized that they were stealing everything, all everything. I I started looking at the budget, right? Started looking at the budget, started looking to see what was in the budget, what could they cut, like why are we it's nowhere in the world that we have this much culture in this city, and we have one of the best summer times. I don't even think it's another summertime really to compare when it comes to Chicago. Chicago got summertime. It's nothing like summertime shy, and everybody knows that. But the fact that we are not bringing in enough money, even though the media will say that all these people are coming to Chicago, and they may be coming to Chicago, but where is the money going? Are y'all still in the tourism money too? Because y'all got to be still in tourism money because the money, we're still $41.9 billion in debt. We are bankrupt, Chicago. I want y'all to understand this. I'm going to say this one more time. We are bankrupt. And I said that we were bankrupt. I'm going to give you this. This is when I really started looking at because this was my second budget. The first budget, I was really just counting all the illegal immigration money they were stealing. That was just ridiculous. But then we got into um, public health. Now, public health, because of the COVID scam, all these blue cities, because they were still shut down, they were stealing billions of dollars. They were stealing billions of dollars through public health, for sure. For sure, public health. But so this was a prime example of one. So this was 2024. Had to be around probably November, October, just about to be budget season.
Have Zoe Leigh, followed by Abramson.
Well, I'm from New York, so rats. I don't know. You probably gotta talk to the people in New York because rats is everywhere. They ain't going nowhere. We got the biggest ones, but
Have Zoe Leigh, followed by Abramson.
All right, let me figure this out. Well, I'm from New York. I need y'all to hear this.
Have Zoe Leigh, followed by and have Zoe Leigh, followed by Abramson. Have Zoe Leigh, followed by Abramson.
Well, I'm from New York, so rats. I don't know. You probably gotta go talk to the people in New York because rats is everywhere. They ain't going nowhere. We got the biggest ones, but when it comes to this budget, and I know this is streets and sanitation, but I wasn't here for the public health. That was November 7th, and I know this is my second budget hearing that I had to force to look at, and because you guys won't settle.
Have Zoe Leigh, followed by Abramson.
Well, I'm from New York, so rats. I don't know. You probably gotta go talk to the people in New York because rats is everywhere. They ain't going nowhere. We got the biggest ones, but when it comes to this budget, and I know this is streets and sanitation, but I wasn't here for the public health. That was November 7th, and I know this is my second budget hearing that I had to force to look at, and because you guys won't settle my mother's case. So until y'all settle my case, I'm just gonna keep looking and looking and looking. But I was looking at the program for epidemiology, which is the study of how diseases and health-related conditions are distributed and controlled within populations. It involves analyzing the patterns, causes, and effects of health and disease conditions in specific groups of people aiming to improve public health through prevention and intervention strategies. Now we are $1 billion in the deficit, and now the mayor wants to try to see if he can get $150 million in property tax raise, which again, do not touch our property taxes because we are losing residents. This has been the lowest in population since 1920, and y'all know that. But back in 2019, the epidemiology program was $5 million. That's how much y'all had allocated. But since then, it has been up to almost 300 million. So you have 2020 was $5,251,000, and 2021 it was $198,773,486, and 2022 it was $421,941,589. In 2023, it was $332,141,998. And 2024, this was when this is his first budget he passed. Well, you guys passed $296,415,414, and then you are trying to pass another $229,420,000. Now that's almost $1.4 billion, and studying for some diseases. And that is where y'all need to start this forensic audit at. Because why do they have so much money in there, but y'all are trying to raise Chicago citizens' property taxes again? Now, I am not an economist nor an accountant, but I have common sense, and I know that that does not make any sense. We got 13 seconds. I want to let you know this. 26 votes bet not pass for this budget. We are bankrupt. Just let it be bankrupt and figure it out from there. Thank you. So yeah, that was bankrupt. There's no way they can do uh, people. Uh, and, but we'll get, and I want to make it clear. Now, Brandon went in there. He stole real fast. He started he started stealing like immediately. Like as soon as he got upstairs, his administration just started. Somebody gave him the blueprint on look, just take from here, take from here, take from here, take from here, push it from here, push it from that. Ain't really gonna say nothing. They just blame it on white supremacy. That's all you gotta do. You know, like man, barely got how to play Billy Soul. And he's still out here. So you ain't gonna do nothing. That's the problem. Now immediately um, after I said that on the November 20th, and I really need to see if Brendan Brown really getting all of this stuff as he's running this correctly. Um, but he says this was to the budget director, and that included chief financial officer. Went in the city comptroller Chase. He left as well. And the CC was to chair Jason Irvin, chair Pat Dow, because she's the finance committee, or Jason Irvin's the budget committee, and members of the committee on budget and government operations. As you know, your partners in government on the city council are working diligently to propose alternative solutions to help address Chicago's $1.2 billion deficit. To that end, we are requesting that your respective offices provide a detailed and timely response for the city budget data requests outlined. Given the tight timeline to revise and hopefully approve a balanced city budget for FY 2025, we provide Marshall, we have been behind that. But I don't understand what that even means. Just some dumb stuff and don't even come out. Why don't you come outside, Marshall? Because you're a man. Why don't you come outside and do something? Why don't you start coming to the meeting? Why don't you start getting a budget? You could do a lot of things, Mr. Green. I'll be saying some wild stuff. Oh, yeah. The issue is no men stepped up. That's where we're at. We're at no we're at everybody has to make an excuse on why we can't do this and why we can't do that. So, as a matter of fact, I really don't even speak to many people who always have an excuse on what we need to do because we've been doing a really good job, really good job. We've been standing real strong, doing real good, and one man has came uh, to our rescue. I guess down there, Marshall. Why don't you be the man to change whatever you feel like needs to be done? Y'all discriminatory. That'd be crazy part. Y'all discriminate so bad, so much. Y'all discriminate. The human being, average human being, discriminate, and maybe they don't realize they discriminate, but they do. And that I mean, that's why I stopped really answering my phone because there was a lot of men that was calling my phone, trying to tell me how to run my stuff, but won't meet me down at City Hall. Won't meet us at any of the protests. Won't meet us at no protest. We have our few guys that do, because these guys start to step up, but we don't. But y'all barely come out of protest. Barely come out of protest. Barely come to anything. Y'all always to critique. Oh my God, critique. And that's anyway. Brandon Ryan, and he's from the 42nd Ward. He's currently running with Tony Dwayne Franklin, $1 million company. Uh, and he wrote this. Okay. You can't hear me? You hear me now? Hello? Do you hear me now? Because I hear myself. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this mic together next time. I promise. I promise. Just bear with me. I'm not gonna be on here. I'm already here 34 minutes. Okay. So November 20th, 2024, when I went, he was at the meeting, he was at the budget meeting when I talked about the epidemiology. And I remember I will never forget his face. He just like turned over to me like how does she even know that? Like, and he's an accountant by trade school. Um anyway, he says, given a tight timeline to revise and hopefully approve a balanced city budget for fiscal year 2025 before the end of 2024, I respectfully requesting that you fulfill this request for budget close, close of business on Thursday, November 21st. Now, he asked for a side-by-side comparison fiscal year 2020 versus fiscal year 2025 proposed total head count, personnel services, and FTE, or each department categorized by funding source, corporate fund, ARPA, or other grants. Side by side comparison of fiscal year 2020 versus fiscal year 2025 salaries for all non-union positions for each city department. Total head count categorized by funding source to execute and service the city of Chicago's legacy regular operations in 2020 by department. A total head count categorized by funding source to execute and staff new programs created since fiscal year 2020, especially those created using federal ARPA grants since fiscal year 2021 by total numbers of vacancies broken into two categories. Union and cost total vacancy carry fiscal year 2025. Please organize according to the fund ARPA. Total number of vacancies. Please provide accounting summary, personnel, and non-personnel, all new city programs created since fiscal year 2020. It shows the cost of each program and the cost in fiscal year 2020. Please provide an accounting summary, personnel, and non-personnel, all new add-ons to existing city program expansion since fiscal year 2020. It shows the cost of each program and the cost projected for fiscal year 2020. Total funds appropriated total amount total amount chart showing fiscal year 2025 appropriation versus current total spend year to date for the following categories: IT maintenance, IT development, third party benefit agreements, all expense line items above 20 million year to date. Please provide the public safety class schedules for fiscal year 2025, the number of classes in fiscal year 2025, and approximate number of candidates anticipated for each class for the following departments: Chicago Police Department, Chicago Fire Department, and OEMC. If you have any questions regarding these requests, please do not hesitate. It's Chief of Staff. Damn, y'all can't hear me again. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's muffled. I gotta next time I gotta figure this out. I have to get my engineer buddy come out here and help me with this because we never did check it. So I'm gonna work on it when I get off. So please bear with me if you guys can hear me. So yes, he asked all these questions, and I'm pretty sure he never got any answers. But he never followed up what is the problem. We don't follow up on anything. So if we don't follow up on anything, then we're never going to get to that. But however, he's running against Tony Preckwinkle um, for Cook County Board President. And honestly, it really, she has to get out of that. She's terrible. And I don't even think it get any worse than her. She absolutely just she's terrible. Y'all let her be an alderman. Well, she came from the public school system. Well, she really came from Minneapolis. So this is a problem. She's a whole Minneapolis mess. She came from Minneapolis. Let me make sure, but I think so. Tony Dwayne. Tony Dwayne Preckwinkle. $1 million Tony. Yeah, she's from St. Paul, Minnesota. So if she's from St. Paul, Minnesota, you already see how Minnesota's going down in flames. And she came here and did the same thing. Flames. We barely have anything. Is because people like her. Now, he's running against her, and I don't have an issue with him being a alderman. Not a bad this administration. Look at how he was when he was with Rom, when he was Rom, everybody can get on Brandon Johnson. We have every right to do it. We have every right to yeah, when we talk about him and the incompetence that he's doing. So you're not going out there like this is the first mayor that had people out there. Man. Hello? Look, I hear myself. So I don't know, man. So all right. Well, I'm gonna make it better. I'm gonna make it better, y'all. Might not even need this. Might have to just do acapella. So yeah. You know they have all my stuff. Let me tell you something. I'm not surprised if I have the lowest internet. It's really the internet. The internet it messes me up. They don't have real strong internet like they should have. And I'm actually about to start complaining about the internet because it's not strong. And so I think also anyway, we're at 43 minutes. So basically this series is going to always discuss the corruption and uh, following the money. I'm not sure if you guys have went to clipsred.com, but I will show you before I can fix this light so we can get that card. All right. So this is our website. So this is our website, and um, we have a follow the money engine built into our website. So it's called Follow the Money, and you can look up pretty much, contracts that the city has. Um, for instance, this one that we're working on, Steel Community Family Center. You know, they've been paid a total of $79.4 million, and 36 contracts, 262 payments. Uh, a Southside nonprofit running youth programs, violence interruption, and family service high crime. So the fact that I'm not going to dig into it all the way, but the fact that if you're getting paid $79.4 million and your uh, your nonprofit is to run youth programs, violence interruption, and family services in high crime areas, um, I'm just trying to understand. Red flags include 70% sole source contracts. Um, they're serving, they say stuff like They're serving 5,000 youth without hard metrics on job. Uh, so yeah, there's a whole bunch of corruption, uh, and it's been like that. So yeah, so you can look at. So yeah, so we basically have a follow the money. Lets you know you got Medicaid, you got the payments, when they receive the payments, um, the contracts. They've been active for 6 years. 6 years, 579, 79.4 million dollars. Been in business 6 years as a nonprofit. You've been in business 6 years as a nonprofit, and you have been told your total value is 56.5 million. You have a total of 19 contracts. Your total paid is $79.4 million. Cleo's community college today. So yeah, stuff like that. Um, we discuss and we talk about it. So yeah, that. Also, we have campaign tools. You can look to see the county, um, like Tazewell County. They are Republican stronghold. But it tells you in 2016, 32,000 people were registered as Democrats, and then 61,000 were registered as Republicans. In 2024, 48,000 was registered as Democrat, and Republicans was 83,000. But yeah, I'm trying to get that in count. We need to count. Well, yeah, they pick, and then they let you know, say the voting age, also registered was 791 people, 670 people voted. The turnout was 84.7%. And then they said 121 people stayed home. The average income is 79,000. College 36%, homeowners 76%. So, uh, yeah, vote red down the ballot for real. But yeah, so you guys also can go on the website, and you also can look and see what you can find. We offer anybody the tools to look up contracts and stuff, and your favorite preachers, and then and other people as well. You got to follow the money. So you can do that as well. We also have volunteering. You like to volunteer, and then they have what you may be interested in: door knocking, event support, data entry, voter registration, phone banking, social media, fundraising, and poll watching. So please uh, look that up. We also have our events. I'm working on putting the rest of the protests, uh, press conferences. Right now, we have Conservatives and Cocktails, March 12th from 6 to 9 in Rebar. So that will be our pre St. Patty's Day. So we have that. Uh, and yeah, we have our mission, our press. We also have dope news. Cool, right? We have the Freedmen history, why it matter, and why we celebrate it. I'm actually going to post this so people can look that up. And then we have this is a dope interview too from our investigation team, the 6666 Dundee Road Network, how 246 million in Chicago public funds connects two nonprofits in the suburban developer. So yeah, so yeah, we're getting our stuff up, and that's going to help with my series. It's gonna make my series much stronger. So I hope you guys can say that. Let's say, what's your opinion on March 17th vote? So I'm hoping to uh, make my decision March 1st because I know I don't want to waste too many time and people do early voting or whatever, or people are trying to wait. So March 1st is when I'm gonna make my decision on the. I have I have to still interview two more candidates, governor candidate, lieutenant governor candidate, and the candidate and two lieutenant governors and a governor candidate, two governor candidates. So we're working on that this week and next week, and then I will make my decision. Tabitha. Then I got to go back to the team. We have a group, but yeah, they all have uh, they all have strengths. You're not gonna find like, a perfect candidate. There's gonna be some things that you may not all the way agree with, but there's three things that we all have to agree with. I think that also, that is education, public safety, equity, uh, the ending of sanctuary cities, uh, home ownership, business ownership, free market, no girls no boys in the girls' bathroom, trans, ending of the trans ideology, ending of socialism and communist ideology taught in schools, um, fixing the public health system because it is broken and it's been broken. So I think those things people really should take into consideration. Uh, it may be a candidate that may say it a different way, I understand, but I really advise everybody to do their own research. And also, the media lies, and the media is going to lie. So this that's what it is. That's the media lie. They got people that think Donald Trump is a rapist, so they can say whatever and do whatever. The evidence will be right there. Still say something else. So you really have to do your own will help you as much as possible. Uh, yes, I will. I'll be there. I'll be in DC this weekend. Yeah, I mean, this week. Yep. But yeah, so we're gonna do your own research, but I will give our recommendations on who we believe should be the next governor. Because you have to get to the. So regardless of who we decide to endorse, other people in Illinois may not think that's a good candidate, and they may go for somebody else. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we have to get behind one of the governor candidates, one Republican, to take out to take out the to what's his name, Pritzker. We have to take out Pritzker. So that's what I'm gonna say about that. The same with the U.S. senator. They have some great U.S. senator candidates. We got Pamela DeLise Long. We got Jeannie Evans. You have Don Tracy. Really, I don't know. You got independent candidate Tyrone Muhammad is running, uh, and I think another guy named Caprinelli or something like that. He's running as well. But yeah, so it's the same with the U.S. senator as well. That Dick Durbin. So I'm gonna make the best decision that we feel that is good for the state and good for the city. However, it's on you because again, you vote for whoever you want to. I don't understand why you cannot bully somebody into voting for what your beliefs you want to do. That's not good. We're not going to do that. So again, we can give our opinion on who we believe that we should vote for, but at the end of the day, vote for what's best for you, your family, your livelihood, your lifestyle, whatever you feel aligns with you, whatever governor aligns with you. Yeah, don't be afraid, or don't be upset or any of those things. Like our votes are supposed to be sacred anyway, just like our confessions are when we come to uh, when we talk to the higher power, uh, who you believe in, the universal God, as the Christians always say. Talk to your ancestors. I talk to my ancestors a lot. So you know what? At the end of the day, it's up to you. You want to vote for God. Thank you, Calvin. Yeah, I believe that. That's why so Calvin said our endorsement is going to be very important down the state. No Illinois goes as Chicago goes can win Illinois without Chicago. So yeah, I definitely agree with that, Mr. Calvin, and that's why that's why I'm pushing for March 1st. Um, to get it out here because I know that people are waiting for that. So I just want us all to do it because we have a state to save, we have a state to save. So yeah, all that. But I'm gonna work hard with each of the candidate that does move on to the primary, um, because they need the information. They're gonna need the information. They're gonna need somebody that can really break down the corruption because sometimes uh, we get amnesia and we forget all of the hardships that the Democratic Party has has done to us. And every time it's get back to midterms and election season, you see they have no plan. Right now, the Democratic Party, if you watch, they're wasting their money on these commercials, but all of the commercials are about fighting Trump, abolishing ICE, and I don't know if you guys watched. I did a little piece of Joy Reid in Saint Sabina, and I remember her saying that it's basically it's okay to lie about you know what you're gonna do for the people as long as you win. Like what she said for Madami, like, Madami said a lot of great things, and said he was gonna do this. He was optimistic. That's what she said. She used the word he was optimistic. So like, be optimistic. So basically, if you say you're gonna have free buses, then okay, you're gonna have free buses. You know what I'm saying? But when you get in there, you cannot fulfill any of any of the things that you ran on, like free housing, affordable. It's never going to happen. You're not going to make the billionaires pay their share. None of those things. They don't have to pay their share if they don't want to. If they're not making no, why would a billionaire? Not even a billionaire. Why would anybody that has a business, a steady business, continue to pay for a failing city in a failing state because they're stealing all of the money? That's dumb. Doesn't make any sense. So yeah, Bailey won for Ted and one for the Italian man. Yeah. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's four people running for governor. Darren Bailey, and his lieutenant governor is Aaron Delmar. You have Sheriff James Mendricks and his lieutenant governor, Dr. Robert Rentera. I hope I'm saying his last name right. Then you have Kerry Mendoza. Well, you have Ted Dabrowski and Kerry Mendoza, and then you have Rick Heidner and his lieutenant governor. She is a mayor of. I don't want to mess her name up, so I just want to make sure I got it. And shout out to both of them. Shout out to both of them because they came to uh, conservative and cocktails. Christina. Christina, I can't pronounce that last name, girl. But put that share this. Let me see. Right. So yes, and then this is the fourth. It was Rick Heidner and Christina. And then you have Sheriff Mendrick, Dr. Rentera. Uh, let's, let's see. It's Dr. Rentera right there. You have, Ted Dabrowski. And his running mate is Governor Kerry Mendoza. And you have one more governor, y'all. Then you have Bailey and Delmar. So Darren Bailey and Aaron Delmar. So you have those are your Republican candidates. So governor, running for governor, running for governor. So yeah, again, um, a lot of them have debated. You guys can look their debates up. Some of them have been on interviews. Uh, Chicago Fist Red, we have interviewed Del Mar and Bailey did call in. We interviewed Dr. Kerry Mendoza on Friday. Uh, we James Mendricks, Sheriff Mendricks, and yeah, that's so far those candidates that we have. So you guys can look at that, and then also plenty of other people they've been on other outlets. And look at their pages. Look what they're posting about, writing about, tweeting about as far as what's going on right now. Don't don't get distracted and don't get distracted and forget about uh, you know, main thing right now. About, because that's right now. I just see too much. Like, I don't like this person because of this. I don't like this person because of that. Man, we is fighting. We is fighting for our life. You fighting for our life. Okay, you ain't gonna find no perfect candidate. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Okay, there's gonna be some things that you don't like about me. There might be some things I may not like about you. But the overall is getting to where we need to go. That is off this Marxism, communism agenda that the left, liberals, Democrats are trying to push. So at this point, I really don't care to hear about rumors or things that you don't like when literally I have sacrificed my life and I'm sacrificing my life for us to get some type of turnover when it comes some turnover some turnover when it comes to this election. Like, we need a I really would like to get all of them out, but we need to set a real good example that we can do this, that conservatism can work in a democratic city. And people always say, well, there was conservative Democrats. I don't know. I don't even know if that could have worked, because if y'all were conservative and Democrats, y'all would have never let it get this bad. So I just think that y'all were Democrats and y'all thought that you guys were the party of civil rights, the party of I mean, because of Lyndon B. Johnson, the party of, you know, the first black this, the first black that, the party of symbols. We never, we have since, we have never, ever fixed the solution. The Democratic Party has never fixed a solution for Black Americans, to be quite honest. I mean, and I know that some people are like, well, no, it's all of us, and it is. But we've dealt with we've dealt with too much from the Democratic Party to continue to vote for them when they can't even explain why why are they out here fighting for illegal aliens to stay in a country that they came over illegally. Like, they don't apologize for any of it. Why would y'all spend $1 billion on Kamala Harris getting in and y'all have nothing to show? But it's just crazy. So I just think that when it comes to us, when it comes to Black Americans, y'all have to stop voting Democrat, because if y'all vote Democrat one more time, like, real talk, like, if the majority of y'all vote Democrat in the midterms, just know that y'all not gonna have anything. The little bit that y'all still have, like the little bit that you got, y'all not gonna have that either. You're not gonna have that either, because it's a scam. All of it is a scam. It's been a scam, and it be your own people. It's your own people. If you look at the leadership that's in these wards, they're not black. I mean, they're not white. You got one Hispanic, and then Lopez. Got Chico that has like all artists, but even before them, all of these people are these we got 20 black aldermen. And if you look at our wards are the worst wards in this city. And it's with the leadership that you have that you guys think that's acceptable, and it's not acceptable. So You gotta try something different. You gotta try something different. And if you got a problem with white people, that you got that's a personal problem. Just like it's a case by case study. Am I saying that the world is not racist? No, I'm not. I know there's plenty of racist people out here, but it's really on both sides. I've seen the self hatred towards each other. I get hated on all the time. I get hated on by black men, by black women. You know, uh, because I'm supposed to be. I'm not supposed to. I'm not supposed to go up against the party of LGBTQ or whatever. You know, so y'all crazy. It's a free world out here, and we're gonna go back to a free world, and we're gonna go back. We can speak to whoever we want to speak to. We can hang out with whoever we want to hang out with. If you're a conservative white person, uh, it's okay to be conservative and white. You should be able to walk out here with your MAGA hat on, any type of hat that you have, any hat that you want to support the current administration, or just because you want to. You should not be worried about how well your hat. It's the craziest thing I've heard. Like, if a MAGA hat triggers you, if the word Donald Trump triggers you, Trump triggers you, you should first of all never come out the house. I told you, never come out the house and turn your TV off and seek a therapist. Those are the three things that y'all need to do, because I'm gonna wear my Trump was right around everything wherever I want. And I dare y'all to say something. I dare y'all to say something. And the only people that like to say something is a lot of gay men. A lot of black gay men like to go off on me, like 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 they take like he taking gay rights. I'm trying to tell you, man. We dealing with a whole bunch of it's just like ignorant people out here, man. Ignorant and it's sad. Um, so yeah. So vote red down the ballot if you care about if you got children, if your friends have children, if you are a godparent, if you plan on having children, if you plan on uh, getting married, if you plan on building a foundation, you want home ownership, business ownership, less government, free market, uh, understand constitutional values, school choice, you have to vote red. And yeah, that's my piece. So yeah, so I will every other Sunday I will have a corruption story tied into, and it could be old corruption, new corruption, and just basically stories about why some of these people that are running for office again, like Jesse Jackson Jr. Matter of fact, he's gonna be my first one. Jesse Jackson Jr. is running again, and he shouldn't be running. So, and we're going to give the reasons why. And sometimes, again, we have amnesia, and then you have people that say, "Well, I mean, I might as well vote for him because we got a felon that's in the White House. We got a felon that's in the White House right now." Like, shut y'all ignorant, dumb, mad about nothing, pissed off because Republican and white equates to white supremacy when you're dealing with a whole bunch of liberal supremacy. Your face telling us what we need to do, all type of stuff while they're going back to their beautiful home, living over here while they're voting for blighted areas demise because they don't care. So yeah, it's crazy. But all right, please like, share, and I'm gonna get this mic together. I'm gonna play with it before I leave, and that's it. Uh, all hands on deck tomorrow. We will be interviewing David Dewar, and Skylar. And David Dewar actually has a great idea when it comes to the 8-5 strategy that I'm going to let him explain tomorrow. If you guys looking for contracts, flipsred.com. And if you want to sign up to volunteer or help out in any type of way, we appreciate it. We're working on, we have our pack. So we're getting all things together with that. And then we will be having our first fundraiser. So we hope to see people there. All right. We say I think there's a better chance on making Cook County its own state. So, hell, we gonna get together. Illinois, downstate Illinois is waiting. Central Illinois is waiting. Some of Northern Illinois is waiting to see who we're gonna go for. And I appreciate that. That honestly, that makes me feel honored. So that's why I have to make sure that we pick a candidate, a governor that we can hold accountable if anything happens, because it falls on us. It does. And I can never let another Pritzker incident happen. And honestly, I will say this before I leave. America is a corporation. These states and these cities are lower level corporations. And so I feel like people who understand the private sector understand how business works, how compliance works. A person who cannot be bought, who has enough money to do what they need to do, uh, as far as not worrying about stealing and still have and running successful businesses, I think should be running government. So that's just uh, my opinion. So I think it should be like a board. It should be a boardroom. It really should be the governor, and basically the governor and the mayor. I don't know. I just feel like it should be like a board, a board members of that run the city, because I don't know. I don't know. I gotta think on that. But yeah. All right, y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later.